Well, at the beginning of, the middle of March, we had a baby, Solomon. He's now almost 5 months old, and that's also the same time that the COVID thing hit and everything started to shut down. So for me, with a newborn, really being stuck at home with, we have three children, a 3-year old, a 2-year old, and an infant. Um, it really forced me to bank on the Lord for rest, for comfort, for energy, because typically we would leave the house a lot during the day, and I would kind of just get help with my kids all day long, from the from the library, from my mom, from friends, from just being out at the stores. So then we were just at home all the time, and it made me as a parent really need to focus on how I discipline my children instead of, I just need a break, we'll go to the I just need a break, we'll go to the library, all that. So for me, for the Be the Church scenario, I was learning to worship the Lord in my parenting and really learn to be at home as a family and enjoy time instead of just getting through the day. One of the scripture verses that Julia Prickett actually encouraged me to meditate on is from James. Be quick to hear and slow to speak and slow to anger. And it works with my children. So as they need things throughout the day, when I'm trying to also take care of an infant, that verse is very helpful because I would typically just get frustrated with my kids instead of enjoying them. And so over the past several months, as we have been home, we have really learned to enjoy time at home together. And that is something that we would not have seen, I don't think, had we not been forced to do it, because I would just continue to run away from all of that. Instead of learning how to handle it with Jesus in the middle, I would have just outsourced it. So I'm very thankful, even though it was very trying and still is some days, that we actually learned through that to be the church in our home in that way.
Yeah. There we go. Certainly a lot of changes after the birth of our son. We walked into a culture that pretty much was totally stood on its ear by a couple narratives. I prayed to God for His wisdom to navigate me through just the changes in the world, and He pretty much brought me back to what I constantly try to do, which is to pay attention to my feet. And every time I see a situation that brings anger in my heart, just look down at my feet and make sure they're pointing towards the cross, and then navigate from there. And take care of, because most of my anger is it's not righteous, because it's about my kingdom and not the Lord's. The goal is to look down, pay attention to my feet, navigate from the cross, and there are some righteous anger with some events that are going on in the world today, but here. But you just keep on following through, and like Peter, he took his eyes off the Lord and sank in the water. We got to stay focused on the Lord.